is needed. We bring you On the Mic with Mike, the leading social enterprise business show in RVA. Join Mike King, the partnership guru, as he delivers game changers in Metro RVA. On the Mic with Mike showcases how business can help make society better. He discusses tech, culture, innovation, best business practices, and highlighting area nonprofits. Join Mike Monday through Friday, because it is the place where the best and brightest come to chat.
Mike King is in the business. Mike King is in the business. Mike King is in the business. Mike King is in the business, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to On the Mic with Mike, the premier business radio program in the area. I'm your host, Mike King, and I appreciate you being here with me because, frankly, you could be anywhere else doing almost anything, but I appreciate you being here. The views expressed here are mine. I have no connection to, support, of, agreement with any other host, information, or ads on the station. I don't work for the station. My program just airs here on a daily basis, and I'm appreciative that be able to bring this information to you. Join me as this cutting edge show uplifts the community and showcases the RVA in a different way. The sound you're listening to are emanating from the Mike King Biz Studio, which is the global epicenter of social enterprise business. We'd like to thank our show sponsors, Tom Childry, the credit card guy. Merchant service issues is a problem for you. Tom Childry can help. He's been doing it forever. Tom Childry, the credit card guy. Andy Taylor and junk luggers. If you have things around the house that you need removed, that's things, not people. Andy Taylor can help you. Everything from a bike to a hot tub. But if you have people who are around, change the internet password, stop cooking, stop giving out gas money. Maybe that'll help, but Andy Taylor can't help you. But everything else, he can help you with that, as well as Chef Michelle Wilson, Mama Michelle's Cafe, the world famous Mama Michelle's Cafe. On the Mic with Mike is the best business radio program around, operating on a daily basis. Why? Because we get the game changers coming to you. If you want to follow me on hashtag On the Mic with Mike RVA, as well as hashtag Mike King Biz. Ladies and gentlemen, we got the man in the building. In this business, this is what you call a get. When you look out there, if you want to find out what's happening in the area from an economic development standpoint, I bring you Leonard Sledge from the city of Richmond. Welcome to the program, sir.
Appreciate it, Mike. Thanks so much for having me on the show.
All righty. So this is the time to talk. We've talked to a lot of people about a lot of dynamic things that are going on. Give us your background, then we're going to talk about some of the outstanding things that are happening in the city of Richmond.
Thanks, Mike. With that intro, nobody beats the biz.
Well, I had to break out the good stuff.
I appreciate that.
You're a Morehouse man.
I'm a Morehouse man.
You are a Morehouse man. So, I had to break out the best that I had. I couldn't come, in half. I can't say it, but I couldn't come like that. I had to come correct because I had the man in the building, because you guys have a certain level of distinction the way you carry yourselves and operate. Well, I got to give a shout out to, now this is a shameless plug for Lincoln University. We were the first. Shout out from Lincoln. That's why I rock the orange and blue. Okay. So, I just want to say, for all the others who came with fine institutions, just pay homage to every so often to the folks who led the way. Now I've got that out the way. Shout out to all the HBCUs.
HBCU love all day.
All day, making it happen. So, all right, sir. So sorry about that.
No problem.
We can get back to the real business at hand. All righty. So how did you become, started Morehouse. What did you go there to study?
I was actually a dual degree engineering student, but to take it back a step further, I'm a 757 kid.
Okay.
Born and raised, Newport News in Hampton. Bethel High School class of 91, shout out to 1067 Big Bethel Road, and went to Morehouse College sight unseen. I was a dual degree engineering student, 3 years at Morehouse, 2 years at Georgia Tech, great liberal arts education at Morehouse, studied industrial engineering at Georgia Tech, and then moved out west after that.
All righty. What was the bug to take you into this area of public service?
Interestingly enough, while I was working in the computer chip industry, I got a chance to do some training in organizational development. It was the first time I heard about workforce development, realized that it was a way that I could do something tangible to help people get from point A to point B in their life. My wife was in her graduate studies at Arizona State University at the time, and she was working part-time for a community college in Phoenix. And there was a National Science Foundation Center of Excellence that was looking for someone with my background. and I was fortunate enough to be hired there, and that started me on a path to workforce development and economic development.
One of Mike Leonard Sledge is here with us. A lot of times I don't watch very many movies that, I'm not that much of a movie buff, but I remember a movie where it says City Hall, which says all great things flow from the city. When cities are strong, the suburbs work. Let's talk a little bit about what Richmond means for the region to work. You guys have some wins. You guys have some. Let's talk about some of those wins and the power of Richmond City as a whole bringing in, and then we'll talk about the collaboration between you and the other economic folks to bring in major players into the city.
Yeah, I do believe that cities are the heartbeat of regions. The city of Richmond is phenomenal. It is the social, cultural, financial, business, economic, food and beverage, entertainment. I mean, it's the heartbeat of the region, and I think we do a great job. Not only for Central Virginia, but the entire Commonwealth of Virginia. Richmond is growing by leaps and bounds. And you're absolutely right. We have had some tremendous wins this past year. This most recent fiscal year, my team, the City of Richmond, the Economic Development Department, and other city departments, we had a direct hand in over $410 million in new capital investment in the city. Some great projects, redevelopment projects, new businesses coming to the city, businesses expanding in the city, and over 1,000 new jobs.
I got a question. We had the mayor on before, and when he talked about cranes in the sky, is that really an indicator of what's happening? It's not, this is for lay people. We see that to lay people, that means something big is happening, because those are big buildings. Those are things that make a difference.
Yeah, it does. And I think psychologically, it helps people to see that, there's stuff happening.
Yes.
At home. There's stuff happening where I work. And really, when we see cranes, yes, it is symbolic of something big under construction. And where there are big opportunities, there are big opportunities for small businesses also. Yeah. And we work very consciously to make sure that small businesses in the city of Richmond have a tangible opportunity to participate in that goodness that's going on as a result of that big crane.
So big business brings it in, but then that opens up all kinds of opportunities for the small businesses to thrive.
Absolutely. I mean, and again, I think we're very purposeful in making sure that small businesses have the opportunity to no longer be called small businesses as they grow to become big businesses.
I always tell people, person says, I own a small business. No, I own a business. It just needs to be small on the days it needs to be small to qualify for something. Yeah. Because other than that, the idea, the mentality of it is that you are a business owner. Yeah. Mike King, Leonard Sledge here on the Mike, the best business radio program around, heard to you on ESPN Richmond, as well as on the Mike King Biz Radio Network, that is Detroit's 105.3 as well. What's the process? Now I see you, Richmond Biz, I see you on LinkedIn, you're the smiling, you're talking about the wins, about businesses that are coming to the city. What's that process like? Like going out and courting folks to come to Richmond? And what's the difference, I would say, between Richmond courting and the county courting?
That's a great question. And I'll start with businesses outside of the region as we're working to attract new investment, new jobs from companies that don't have a presence here. We work very closely with the Greater Richmond Partnership as the region's economic development marketing organization. We also work very closely with the Virginia Economic Development Partnership. They have a little more horsepower in terms of their reach and reaching out to businesses, economic development professionals in the site selection process, sphere or ecosystem, what have you. And we all have some things that are common in terms of business targets, the city and the counties, but we're also different in some areas as well. But what we do is recognize that, when we're selling the city of Richmond, it's also, we're selling RVA, we're selling right. The Greater Richmond region because our workforce, very easily crosses county and city lines. People live in one place, they work in another place, people are entertained in one place. And so, the regions, a lot of people that just go back and forth. And so, while I'm talking about the city of Richmond, I'm also very mindful and very cognizant that there are assets, whether it be human capital, whatever, that is just as much appealing for a company to make a decision to land in the city of Richmond. And so we work very closely. My colleagues in the county, Garrett Hart in Chesterfield, Anthony Romanello in Henrico County, and Linwood and Hanover County, we're constantly in conversation with each other, because at the end of the day, we just want to make sure that our individual localities and the region is as competitive as can be, so that we can keep growing and thriving.
Mike King, Leonard Sledge is here with us. A while back, I remember seeing you at Stump's Pig and Pint when we were talking about the Navy Hill project. It's a big thing that was going on, and then Corona showed up, changed the landscape totally for you guys. What did you learn as an organization that before you never would have done, never thought about it on the economic development side? Did you come out of this and saying, you know what, that thing kind of worked?
Yeah, I think Richmond worked, and in that, during the pandemic, people were moving to the city.
Yes.
During the pandemic, unfortunately, there were a lot of businesses that were not able to survive, but there were also businesses that were new and taking up new space, reclaiming space that had been vacated. Also, our project pipeline was very healthy during the pandemic. There was a little blip in the early days of COVID-19, but I think we saw that we are strong because of our geographic location, because of our transportation infrastructure, because we have 3 great research universities in the city, Virginia Union, VCU, and the University of Richmond. We have a great community college system and partner with Reynolds Community College and the Community College Workforce Alliance. And also the overall cost of business, and while the cost of housing is increasing across the region and nationally in some places, we are still a very affordable option for folks. And so for us, particularly in COVID areas that are more dense, we become more of an ideal location for people who still need to have an office of some shape, form, or fashion, a production facility, any and everything it is. We become a more attractive option in many regards because we're not as dense as some places along the East Coast.
When we were smack dab in the middle of the pandemic, when did you look up and say, we might do okay with this thing? We might find a way out.
Oh gosh, we had our nose down, just grinding every day during that thing. It wasn't until probably, it was March the 10th of 2020 when I realized the world was changing and unraveling. Literally, we didn't come up for air until probably around May.
Because you guys were coming rolling out some cool things. You did. I remember, and my friends in the restaurant industry are like, okay, you guys are coming up, closing streets off, the heaters, the funding that were coming to businesses. A lot of times people don't see that from a big, from a business standpoint that sees that the city is doing something like that. So you guys were on the forefront of that and making things happen while still attracting people. Because I saw you guys saying, hey, this group is coming to Richmond. In the middle of the pandemic, you guys are still welcoming businesses.
Yes, we were still welcoming businesses. We were still reaching out to other businesses in the city. Mike, the city of Richmond, we were among the first localities in the Commonwealth of Virginia to roll out dollars for small business. We deployed over $7 million of our CARES Act funding to help small businesses in the city of Richmond. And a lot of that was a direct infusion of cash. We took thousands of grant applications. We did some innovative things from converting some loans to grants, working with local restaurants to provide meals for our first public safety first responders. We helped to provide technical assistance. We did a virtual holiday market, working with the Richmond Night Market team. But also one of the things that we did, I truly believe, is we strengthened our regional collaboration. It was on March 10th. I actually made a call to Floyd Miller of Metropolitan Business League and Brian Anderson, Chamber RVA. I was in Atlanta at an economic development conference, and I said, we need to do something to help small businesses because it's about to get real tight.
It did.
And what came out of that is what we call now the Capital Region Business Response Team. The localities in the region, we had representatives from the Federal Reserve, from other chambers, from retail merchants, from Richmond Region Tourism. We had folks down in the Gateway region. Literally, it was a capital region effort, and we were purely focused on making sure that businesses, large and small, had the information to survive and thrive.
Really quickly before we go to break, how can people find out information to help their business or get started?
Interestingly enough, also one of the outcomes of that is we made a commitment to help stand up the SBDC back here in the Richmond region, the Small Business Development Center.
Is that Ryan's group, Ryan Loft?
Yep.
Okay.
And that's super important, super critical. Again, technical assistance for small business in the city of Richmond, the city's economic development webpage, our Office of Minority Business, but also the SBDC's webpage as well.
All right, on the mic with Mike Leonard says we got to go away and pay some bills. I always say the microphone ain't free, plus my grandkids need stuff. All righty, so we'll be back in just a moment.
Hi, I'm Tom Childry, the credit card guy.
Well, all right. Make sure you check out my man, Mike King Biz. His program, On the Mic with Mike RVA, is the best business-ish radio program in RVA. Mike King Biz Radio can be heard on ESPN Richmond 106.1 and The Choice 105.3. Me and Minnie listen every day, and you should too.
On the mic with Mike, the best business radio program around. We rolled out the big dogs for Leonard Sledge here from the city of Richmond, economic development. All righty, sir, when a young person would want to go into that, what's the pathway? And given the reason why it is important, the part that economic development plays in the, I guess, the health and welfare of a city or a region.
It's interesting that I can't tell you, I can probably count on my two hands, the number of colleagues I have across the country who woke up, in terms of career exploration, said, I want to be an economic development professional.
I'm sure that number's slim.
But interestingly enough, there are more and more programs that are popping up across the country. Some people come into this field from a sales and marketing background, real estate development, workforce development.
Real quick, can you explain, everybody talks about workforce development. Can you explain what that is and the driver behind? Everyone comes, and it comes from different fields and different areas, and everyone's talking about workforce development. The floor is yours, sir, because I need to know.
Wow, that's a great question. So the first time I heard the word workforce development was in 1997.
Okay.
And for me, at the start, middle, and end of the day, it's about making sure that there is a talented group of individuals who can go off and do X, Y, or Z for A, B, or C company. And it really starts in PK.
Okay.
Reading, those fundamental baseline reading skills, math, opportunities for children to be able to explore a lot of different career types. A lot of times, I was a kid that was pretty good in math and science, and sometimes we pigeonhole kids who are good in math and science into math and science types of careers, but allowing career exploration. But also as we're progressing towards, high school and post-secondary education, it's helping people to understand different career options and how a person can jump on or off of a train in terms of getting different types of skills training, whether you have a four-year college degree or not, but different types of skill training so that you can keep growing and progressing in your chosen career field.
Well, then shout out to Dr. Pando over at our J. Sarge Reynolds. She was on with us a couple weeks ago.
Love Dr. Pando.
And so we talked about, an educated workforce or people in the area. Richmond does not have a brain drain like a lot of places do. Richmond's attracting people big time.
Yes.
What does that mean for you guys here as far as economic development goes?
Talent, 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 talent. Employers need places where they can find a highly skilled and trained workforce. It's so precious, the fact that, we have the three universities, we have Reynolds, and we have a city in a region where people actually want to stay.
Yeah, they do.
We have some pretty phenomenal companies in the city, large companies, Fortune 500. We have companies that are growing on the fastest 5,000 list, and also we have some great smaller companies as well. The key is Richmond's a place where people want to be.
Hey, I'm a tourism ambassador. Shout out to Tamara and the folks over there at Richmond Region Tourism. That's a slogan right there because people do want to come here. Richmond pops up on a whole bunch of lists, business being one of them. So let's real quick, we got a couple minutes to go. Let's talk about some of the signature wins recently.
Okay.
Tell me who you guys have rolled out and any big news coming up.
We always have big news on the horizon. I just can't share it yet.
Man, how do you come? Okay, I understand.
So most recently, Car Lots, their expansion, they're doing an expansion, new headquarters in the city in Scotts Addition. We lured a company out of Austin, Texas, working with the state and the Greater Richmond Partnership, Vital Studios, augmented reality, extended reality, great partnership that we have with them, and they're going to be on the south side. In addition to that, West Coast-based company, Aditex Therapeutics, they're establishing a new immune monitoring center in the Biotech Park. Piper Sandler has a new presence in downtown. Babylon Microfarms, hydroponics, growing fresh vegetables using hydroponic technology, and several others. I mean, we've had a great year, Mike. And the future is just brighter.
That is true. And it's good. Mike King, Leonard Sledge, one last time, sir. How can people find you out there?
www.rva.gov, our economic development website. And we do encourage people to call us to find out more about economic development in the city. And also the great projects that we're going to be rolling out, the redevelopment of the 60 acres where the Diamond is and on North Arthur Ashe Boulevard. The city center redevelopment opportunity. There's great stuff in store.
Already on the mic with Mike, I'd like to thank you for coming in. So when you guys are ready to roll out that information, you can come back and show us some love here on the mic with Mike. That's because we like breaking news here.
I appreciate it.
This is ESPN and we don't talk sports, but we break news here. So
well, good. And Mike, if I may, one of the other big projects that we've wrapped up and that we're moving forward with the referendum is the Resort Casino project. That's over a $500 million project, over 1,300 jobs, a great partner. Richmond just have to go out and ultimately decide yes or no.
Shout out to good folks over Radio 1. On the mic with Mike, I'd like to thank you for coming in, the best business radio program around. Mike King, Leonard Sledge, we're out. Take care, folks.
Appreciate it.